Next, I'm to start with the CSS part of the project. So for that, we need to use the style.css file. Inside of that, first we need to select the body element, which is the main body selector. Inside of the body, all the other HTML element will be displayed. So inside of that, first we are going to select the font family. So I'm going to use here Arial font and just removing this Helvetica one. Then you can see the font is now changed. Then we need to add the background color, which is like a hashtag F2 and F2, which is the light gray color. And then we need to add here a container, and then to start the block of the code. Then here we need to add the max width. So max width is going to like 500 pixel. And after that we need to here provide the margin property. From margin top is going to like 100 pixel, and then from left and right it is going to auto. Then you can see now the content is actually center of the screen. And after that we need to select the h2 element. So we want to style the main heading of the loan calculator, which is text alignment. It is going to be center of the screen. Then text decoration, it is also going to be like underline. You can see. Then we need to add here a like calculator. So I'm going to come back to the index.html. So I'm going to copy this like class name, and here I will be pasting the calculator, which is act as a main container for the entire loan calculator. So inside of that, first we need to add the background color. So we are going to here use the background color, which is like pure white. So it is like hashtag FFF. You can see now the pure white color is applied to the main calculator container. Then we need to add the border radius. So border radius, it is going to be like 8 pixel. Okay, and then we need to add the border. So border is going to like 1 pixel solid border. And then we need to provide the color, which is like hashtag CCC, which is like a black border. And then we need to provide the padding. So padding from top and bottom, it is going to be like 10 pixel. And from left and right, it is going to be like 40 pixel. So you can see now the padding is applied to the application. Even you can increase the padding from the left and right if you want, but 40 pixel looks great. Okay, so that marks the completion for the calculator container for the loan calculator. Then we need to actually style these input elements. So for that, first we need to select the input group, which is the main division container for the every element, which is this input group. You can see right now we have 3 input groups defined inside the 3 different tags. So input, and then we need to specify the group. So input group, and we need to specify the margin bottom property to 15 pixel. So you can see the margin is applied. Now under the input group, we need to select the like our label. So label, and then we need to add the display property. So display is going to be like block. And after that, we need to provide the margin bottom property, which is to be 5 pixel. So you can see now they are actually in a form of column. Then we need to increase the width of these input elements. So for that, again we need to actually here select the input group. Under the input group, we need to select the input type, and then we need to increase its width to 100%. Like percentage symbol. If I save it, then you can see the width is now increased to 100%. Then we need to add the padding property. So padding from all sides, it is going to be like 8 pixel. And then we need to add the border. So like our border property, border 1 pixel. Then we need to add the solid border, and then hashtag 3 times C. So this will add a solid border to the input groups. Then we need to add the border radius, because right now their edges are not rounded, means their corners. So we want a rounded corner. So for that we applied a border radius property to 4 pixel. So this is for the input groups. Under the input means the input style under the input class. After that we need to style the button, which will be used to actually style the elements. So the first thing is we need to add the display to block. So the display block is not applied to button. Okay, so now let's see the final version. So yeah, display block. So it is not actually coming back to the center, so it is not required a display block. I'm going to add here a margin property. So margin is like 0, and then we need to provide here a auto. If I do that, then still it is not going to do that. So again I'm going to add here a padding property. So padding is going to like 10 pixel, and then from left and right it is going to 20 pixel. Then we need to add here like a border property. So border it is going to be like none, and then we need to add here a border radius. Border radius it is going to be like 4 pixel, and then we need to add here a color property. So color it is going to like pure white. This is a hashtag FFF which gives the white color. Then we need to add the background color. So background color is like 4CA and then F50, a green color. And then we need to change the cursor to pointer. But still the button is not coming to the center of the scene. So I think we need to use the display property to block. Now the button is coming to the center of the container. The next we need to actually provide the style for this final result element, which will be used to display the results and the information of the loan amount and the monthly payment. So for that we need to provide a result because it is an ID. So we have used here a hashtag, hash character, not the hash tag. This is because of the Instagram margin top is going to like 20 pixel. Okay, and after that we need to add here a padding property. Padding is from all sides going to like 10 pixel. Then we need to add here a background color. So background color is like F9, F9, F9. And finally we need to add here a border property. Border 1 solid and hashtag 3 times C. You can see there is a border is applied. Then we need to add the border radius. So border radius is going to like 4 pixel. Okay, so there is a light border is applied because we want to display the final result in this particular one. Okay, so that marks the completion of the code for the CSS part. So our next step is to start with the JavaScript part of the loan calculator application.